Before joining SSPI, I worked for a local Chicago corporate investigations firm. There I conducted governmental investigations, internal investigations, and internal audits.
And after I graduated, I decided to go into my family's restaurant business. And I did that for about 3 years. I managed the restaurants, expanded, and actually did a lot of legal work. And through that experience, and working closely with our restaurant's attorney, it was through that experience that I decided that law school was going to be a great fit for me. This great program, the SSPI, came along and actually gave my law firm a huge boost, and I can't thank the program enough for it.
Before I joined the Solo Practice Incubator, I was a law school student. So I graduated Chicago Kent College of Law last year, May of 2016, and I went into the Incubator program my first year out of law school.
Prior to becoming a participant of the SSPI program, I practiced law for approximately 5 years, and then I was a stay-at-home mom, and then I decided to return to the legal field with a bang by getting a Master's of Law or an LLM in family law.
I started the law office of Adrian Marotti here in my hometown of Rockford, Illinois in 2015 and concentrate my practice on immigration law. I come from an Albanian family that came to the U.S. from Macedonia shortly before I was born. The U.S. has been a giant blessing for my family and me, and one of the things that I truly love about practicing in immigration law is that I get to help other families pursue their own American dream.
Before SSPI, I was just licensed as an attorney in November 2016. I was working for a small law firm in Chicago that was specializing in immigration, customs, and international law. Even before law school, I already wanted to start my own practice immediately after I get licensed. And I realized after I got out of law school that I needed a lot of help.
I joined the Chicago Kent Incubator program so I could expand my practice to assist Chicago's diverse immigrant communities. I work with a lot of Albanians throughout the Chicago area, and I'm also fluent in Spanish, so I represent a lot of Latinos.
Because I thought that it presented a unique opportunity to learn the nuts and bolts of how to open a solo practice.
And I know that starting your own law practice can be challenging. I heard a lot of great things about the program, the mentoring relationships, the various workshops and resources that the program offers, and I knew that this would be a great way to get a head start and get out there and start my own law practice.
I joined the SSPI program because I felt that it would provide a great platform for me to begin my individual practice with a lot of the resources that were offered by both the law school and the faculty. Hands down, my favorite aspect of the SSPI program was my relationship with my faculty mentor. I had the opportunity to work with this professor as a student. I worked in his clinic, and then when I decided to venture out into a practice of my own, we had the opportunity to work together, building my practice, engaging clients, and coming up with a menu of services for my clients. In addition, some of my favorite aspects of the program were the resources designed to helping newer attorneys build their practices. There were a number of workshops and informational sessions which were very valuable to me as a participant who had basically established a practice already, so it gave me resources that I needed at a critical time.
I mean, at this time, I'm a solo practitioner. I do every single job of my law firm, and to have a resource where people are on my side, people are willing to take my calls, emails, and just be a resource for me has overcome a lot of challenges and obstacles. So that, I would say, is my favorite part of this program.
The SSPI program has been awesome. What I've enjoyed most is probably the seminars. They've been so helpful, and they've given me so much practical knowledge on how to actually run a solo practice.
For me, the biggest benefit of the program is the opportunity to collaborate with the Chicago Kent community.
Best aspects of the program is just the people running it. We also have good mentors, and I do have a good mentor that I'm learning, with whom I'm learning from. Before I joined the program, I did not have any experience with immigration court practice, and now I'm starting to learn that from my mentor. While my practice is specializing in immigration and nationality law, I think another unique aspect of my practice is I'm also an immigrant myself. My family immigrated to the United States, so it's also a personal experience for me, and I've gone through the process. And I can say that I do understand and empathize with the hopes, the concerns, and the fears of immigrants today.
Estate planning, residential real estate, and also family law. And what makes my practice unique is that I choose to do flat fee or limited scope representation in order to open up my legal services to meet many different types of clients' needs.
My practice specializes in civil rights law. And so I do things like discrimination, especially within the context of employment. I do police brutality, police misconduct, criminal defense. What's unique about my program is that my background is that I'm a Baptist minister, and so my law practice is a way for me to live out my faith. Being a lawyer is a form of ministry for me.
My specialty is in business corporate law, where I counsel a lot of startups in Silicon Valley and in Chicago. I counsel a big transportation and hauling company. And on top of that, I also specialize in real estate, which is commercial and residential.
Right now, my practice consists of civil litigation. About 70% of that is contested estates litigation. So that is a niche area of practice, and a lot of the resources that I gained were working in the SSPI program have come into play. I deal with a lot of decedents estates, and so some of the counseling resources, some of the client engagement resources, and also the practice management tools have been very valuable.
I feel like kindness and being amicable goes a long, long way. Not that works every time, but if we can try that first and that works, it's always a great thing.
To be a good lawyer, you really have to be compassionate. You have to be genuinely concerned about people.
And the lesson that I've learned is that you really need to stop talking and actually really listen.
A law license is such a powerful license, and it has an ability to impact people's lives, and I've seen that through my practice.
The reason I became a mentor in SSPI is because I am currently a Chicago Kent adjunct instructor. I also am a Chicago Kent alum and a solo practitioner here in Chicago. So the idea of mentoring appealed to me. It's a chance for me to interact on an individual basis with a new attorney that needs some guidance and maybe can benefit from my experience.
I decided to volunteer as a solo and small practice incubator mentor because I've had the benefit of working under other attorneys who have mentored me, and I have seen the effects of it on my own practice firsthand. Small practice incubator, what it means to me is a place for fellowship, a place for questions to be asked and questions to be answered, and a place to be unashamed for making mistakes and for learning, really. And so having a network and a repository of information where we could share with one another made our experiences that much more richer, and probably helped, at least for myself, certainly helped me avoid some of the pitfalls that solos who are working alone and don't bother to network with others may have come across. So for that, I believe that the Solo and Small Practice Incubator means to me fellowship and friendship and avoiding mistakes.